ended up using a little pry thing here to just slightly open up the openings. I used the file to clean off the edges after I cut everything and after I cut them all around. I also found it helpful to get a nice fit to use the file to scrape off a little bit of this edge. Only what it is, I took this measurement there, marked it here, and then just filed these corners down slightly with the file. One of these discs with a grinder also helps to remove a little bit of material so you can get a snug fit. The other thing that's important is when they were welding these, sometimes the weld would go through the inside of this thing, so I had to get something like this to go in here to grind things flat to make sure so that tube will go in there nicely. So make sure that these are somewhat clean, because once you're pounding these in there, you're not gonna get a redo. The other thing is I removed this whole railing, set it on concrete, and I used a piece of block to start tapping this thing into there slowly. So the easiest way is to remove that piece there, and once you clean out this area here and any welds that might be on the inside, it's just easier to pound the thing in on a hard surface than it is on that boat moving around. I tried doing the first one there and it was just such a pain. I was banging it and it was just flopping around that I removed it and it worked much better. So, and it's easier to clean the inside of these tubes out somewhat. As you can see, there's that weld I was telling you about. Some of them have it, some of them don't, but it won't let that tube go down all the way. So what I do is I grind it down as much as possible, which removing this piece makes a lot easier. So and you'd be surprised, I've been using mostly files, and I mean it cuts right through this stuff like nothing. So makes it pretty neat to just use some good sharp files. So there I marked where it sits flush inside the tube, and then I'll just proceed by getting this guy and staying on the lower end of that line and just holding it with one arm. Obviously I can't do it, but I just do this type of thing all the way down. And there it is. It literally took me like 2 minutes. I just removed the edges, smoothened them out like nothing. Now if it's still a tight fit, you can always use one of these things here, and the same thing, just stay on the bottom half of that line and just give it a quick pass on all sides, and it'll make it so it's easier to slide into your tube.